Welcome everybody to Prayers to Players. I'm your host, Apostle Kelvin de Los Angeles. Thank you for tuning in. Amen. We got a great show. Amen. Once again, I just want to thank everybody for supporting the show. Thank you so much. But we're going to get right into it because there's been a lot of current events that's been taking place, especially the NBA. As you know, I love basketball. That's my heart. That's what I love to do. Amen. And I'm always a player at heart. Amen. But there's been a lot of things taking place. Of course, with the trades, we've seen Jimmy Butler go to the Warriors. And, it's very interesting. I've been watching some of the games since the trade. And one thing that stood out to me was, at first, at the beginning, you can see, other than the Warriors, not so much the Warriors yet, but you can see that Jimmy is still trying to get used to the offense, especially through someone like Curry, who moves around and the majority of the offense runs through him, and but what I remember is, especially me, I played so many years, is all the teams and championship teams I've been in, not just championship teams, but bad teams that I've been a part of, because you don't become a champion until you learn how bad it is in a bad team and what you have to do in order to be a great team, a championship team. But what I saw, and I was writing down a lot of it, is, talent versus team. And, I was speaking to a friend of mine. You can't buy chemistry. And I've always said that. You can't buy chemistry. We've seen a lot of teams with super talent, but the team as a whole is no good, or they don't even win a championship or have been disappointing and don't win enough games. But talent versus team. Now, I want to speak about that because you got to understand that sometimes when you have superstars together, and I've been a part of teams where there's some great players with great talent, all across every position. But it comes a time, in order to make a great team, you have to learn how to decrease. Not everyone could be at their super max talent at the same time. Not everyone plays every position. Not everyone does great what the other one does great. So you learn how to decrease. I mean, think about it. LeBron, when he went to Miami, Dwayne Wade had to learn, I got to decrease because I got this young player, superstar, LeBron James. I have to let him do what he do best, and he had to learn it. But you saw the first year, it wasn't as good as people thought, but you saw as Dwayne Wade decreased himself and LeBron, of course, elevated, so did Dwayne Wade elevate, and so did the team. The team started winning. And when we all come in agreement that the end result, we all know what the end result, we all want the same end result, which is win. we want to win every game. You go into play, whether it's high school, collegiate, professional, semi-pro, doesn't matter. You go because the mentality is you're going to win. You're going to win. You don't think, well, we're going to lose. No, you're going to win. So we're seeing that with the Warriors. They've been on a hot streak. They've been great. And you can tell with Jimmy Butler because he's known as a slasher and someone that has a very high IQ of basketball. And Stephen Curry, who is just as deadly offensively off the ball than he is with the ball. And I say that because I'm a shooter. I know. My goal was always to outcondition the other player. Why? I wasn't super athletic. Didn't have the the height, always pretty much not the smallest guy, but, didn't have the size, but I can shoot. But I learned how to move without the ball. The give and go, or just non-stop coming off screens, non-stops. And anybody that plays defense on someone that goes through screen, gets a lot of screens, it's tough. You can't do it by yourself, and that forces the other team to communicate. And Jimmy Butler is an over communicator, and that's always a great thing, being an over communicator, especially in sports. I mean, in life in general. I'd rather be an over communicator than someone that doesn't communicate. And you can see that Jimmy Butler, just me from watching, constantly talking. Draymond, constantly talking. And they go by quarters. What I mean by is who scores the most this quarter, and going into the next quarter, you start over. In your mental, you're like, okay, we got to win every quarter. You break it down in quarters, But again, talent versus team. Jimmy Butler is showing it. It's great to watch him. He picked it up so quick. I mean, you can't buy that either. The IQ level that he has. You see, Steph is more deadlier now than just being him. Now he doesn't have to be him. Same with LeBron. He doesn't have to be him, especially at 40. He doesn't have to be him. Luka takes a lot of that energy away from LeBron. And you see that they're gaining. And you can see, I believe, they're in the third or fourth, maybe second now, seed. Luka brings another energy. He pulls the defense. You can get locked in just watching him sometimes. But I do question his defense. I do question his defense. I always question his defense. Come on. Anybody that watches the games, you can see certain times it's like, you got to get lower than that, defensive. But, in Dallas, he always had help. He had a lot of, centers there who were very athletic, and wing twos and threes that were great defensively. But you can see that Luka and LeBron are playing pretty good. Why? Because LeBron, you can see sometimes he's decreased. He knows. And when you are an athlete and you can recognize your other teammate where he's great or she's great, sometimes you just say, it's like, hey, it's your turn. You take over now, And when you have players who come together and agree on that the result is wins. That's all you're going to get is wins. And that's in sports, in life, it's all about wins, how to come together and knowing that you're greater together than individually, The greatest teams, look at Chicago Bulls, Lakers. You look at them, it's like everybody knew what to do. Dennis Rodman, great example. I'm great at rebounding, and that's what I'm going to do. He rebounds. Second shots, third shots, whatever you need, he's going to do. But knowing what you're great at and just doing that, when you're part of a team like that, everybody wins. Do what you love to do and do it to your max potential. Hey, we saw with Kevin Durant when he joined Golden State too. Stephen Curry. You can look back at some majority of the games. A lot of people question whether he was, playing as great or not. It didn't matter because it was wins. He decreased. He knew you have a 7-footer who can shoot, dribble. And what do you think? What is he supposed to do? But you see that once again, not for nothing, but the face of the NBA is Stephen Curry and LeBron still. I mean, I don't see nobody else wants it. I don't see nobody at this level, at this age, and in their careers still at their max, at their peak, and it's amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch in any sports. Tom Brady did it too, at his age. It's just when you have a team, it makes everybody else look great. And that's what we got to remember in sports, in life. Is it better to, hey, sometimes you submit to the greater one, because you all want the end result, when you win a championship, everybody gets a ring. Everybody gets a ring, but I remember me playing for Brookdale College and William Patterson University when I played with the ABA. Every team I was in, most amazing players, amazing talent. I just always told myself I'm going to be conditioned to the max. I'm just going to outrun everyone, but I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to see what the team needs, and I'm going to point that out and do my best. Do what others are not doing. Don't just wait for it to happen or come to you. Just do it. Just do it. I want to read something real quick. About talent and team. And I always meditate on this, even when I was coaching New Brunswick High School. But I want everybody out there to meditate on this. If you're a coach, player, listen to this. You cannot win a championship without having talent, but you can lose every game with only talent. Talent doesn't guarantee victories. You can have a lot of talent and still lose. Rather, the right talent and the right attitude compromise the winning equation. But talent and the wrong attitude is self-defeating. Bishop Purnell. I always meditate on that. I love that quote. I carry it with me. And when I was coaching, I would tell my players that, but I will keep it even in my life, in my walk with Christ. Amen. That's something I hold dear, and you understand that in your family, we're a team. Marriage, team sport. It's a team. We're a team. We're greater. Me and my wife, I've been meditating. Me and my wife are just, we're more powerful, greater together than individually. Iron sharpens iron. Amen. And that's what marriage truly is. You are greater together, and it's not about individuals. Of course, every individual has a purpose. Every individual has a calling, amen, a mission, amen. But together, when you come together with an amazing team, I mean, come on, Christ, Yahshua, he had a team. He had his disciples. He had a team, trained them up to the max, trained them how to have faith, how to go out there. And as he said, greater work shall you do, amen. And that's team, fellowshipping together. I've been part of so many great teams, but I understood that it's greater together. We're a force together. You're undefeated together. That's what team is. True team is undefeated, because you go through things that no one goes in those buses. I remember bus rides to the games, buses, after a hard loss, all the way, especially if you travel far and you're in that bus, just meditate, listen to music, and it hurts, it stings. When you all hurt, it's real. It's real, because as a team, you're going to bounce back. You're going to do what you have to do to get that necessary win you need to continue on your championship quest, no matter what sport you're in, But I just wanted to touch on that about talent and talent versus team. I want to speak to that because I've been meditating on it, especially after the trades and everything that took place. I've been just going back and reflecting on my own career and the teams I've been part of. And I started to tell myself, he's like, man, I've been part of some amazing teams. But what was the difference between the teams that you were part of that lost and those who won or where I won championships? And when I compared, it was like, no, but that championship team, we might have not been the most athletic or most talented, but everybody did what they did best to the max. And when you combine it all, it delivered championships. The outcome was championships. I won championships. And, you know, it is a blessing, you know, for me to look back and say I've won championships wherever I went. Amen. And you can too. Amen. So to anybody out there who is in part of team sports, life in itself, look, always remember, amen, friendship is a team. You know, surround yourself with team members, amen, who have the same vision as you, who can see the outcome of winning, and is not afraid to say, or vice versa, hey, you know, you're great at that. You do this. I'll do this, you know, because you both win. You all win. Amen. But thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Love you guys. Thank you. Please, you know, check out my YouTube channel. I'm on, you know, YouTube. I got also TikTok. Amen. I'm going to put the links up. Amen. Please, I'm on Spotify. Subscribe. Thank you so much. Yahweh bless. And remember, amen, win. You win together. It's about team. Thank you. Yahweh bless. Shalom.